On this episode, the Detroit Red Wings are back, baby.
Listen, the East wild card is insane.
And Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak are getting people fired in the media.
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast, brought to you by BetMGM. Nate Thompson, back with the boys.
Hi, guys.
Wow, special.
Special, dude.
First time in 2025.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
It's good to
Here
see
we
you.
are.
It's good to see you guys.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah.
And you know what? We just got back from Vail, did a little tournament against the Vail Yeti. Can't believe you weren't there.
I know.
Needed you.
It looked like a good time.
Needed you, honestly.
How was it?
There was a moment. It was great. There was a moment for people who don't know. We lost a bunch of the boys to the fires. Not the way
They're
in
alive,
it sounds. Yeah. They couldn't travel because of the fires. And we were like, first of all, I mean, I think when we planned this, it was just like our beer league team, and you hadn't played yet.
Yeah, because this was happening like October.
Yeah.
They were asking us. Yeah.
And
so this was planned before I even played with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why you
Didn't know
weren't
you were
obviously
back in the
on.
game,
Yeah, you weren't back in the game yet. So the roster was set, and then we were like, kind of scrambling, and we were immediately like, oh fuck, we got to text Nate like right now. And with your Delta status, we thought we had a shot.
I did. I actually thought you might be like, I'll be right there.
Like,
it was tough. I mean, obviously with what's going on with the fires, I was like, I couldn't leave.
Yeah.
The situation. So, but I would have loved to have come to Vail.
Oh,
Dude, what
what
cracks me up, dude, is because this happened to us in Jackson too.
Yeah.
It's full check fighting everything,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh,
like
boy.
it's like touch icing, dude.
I have a broken rib
delay a game.
right now.
So you guys were like, you guys were going hard.
Oh yeah. I will say I fucking bundled a kid. It was
you
awesome.
did actually. That was sick.
It was awesome.
He did. I couldn't believe it.
Didn't expect to. I'm not that guy. At this point, I was when I played, but
You
I'm
still got it.
Oh yeah, and it was just like
we needed it. Like the play that
Yeah.
was developing was we turned it over and they were transitioning the other way. And from the bench, I was like, oh, we're cooked because there's just in beer league you're too flat-footed, not literally your feet. Like as in you have no momentum. They're gone. The only solution is drill them.
Yeah.
And so as I was watching it play, I was like, oh, we're dead. And then Dan just drilled him, and I was like, oh yeah, sick play.
fucking stuck him. It was great too because Nils lost his stick, and we were a second period long change. And he was flying back, changed on the front end of the bench. I jumped off the other end, pop out there, and
Bang.
just, it's great.
I was following on your guys' on the Instagram stories.
Yeah.
It looked like it was.
But
Listen.
dude, what I was laughing about was there's always a dude on one of these other teams that wants to throw, and we are like, no, dude, I'm not gonna fight you right now. And I was dying, so I was like, if Nate shows,
Do we want to talk about that?
He could actually bash some
What
dudes.
your performance in beer league? Sure, I would love to, Nate.
Since we're talking about fighting and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I feel like you're alluding to like,
Yeah.
we
I
have
got a little taste of it, dude.
one guy.
Before we even get into that, would you go?
Like if a dude on the Vail
Like at this
Yeti
point in your life, yeah,
wanted
like
to
if
drop them. With
yeah.
you.
I don't think I can. I don't know. It depends on how much he poked the bear.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
It wouldn't take much.
Perfect transition into have we talked about this on the pod without Nate? I don't think so.
no.
So Nate comes out, joins our beer league, plays in this first game, and we're like, you're fired up in the locker room.
Oh, I was ready. I
Like, it was awesome.
I was excited. Like I treated it like that day. I was like, oh my god, I'm back.
It's game day.
I'm playing a game tonight.
Yeah, like Nate's in the locker room. He's taping his stick. He's getting fired up, ready to go. We go out there. He's buzzing. Looks great. The first play that even had a semblance of contact. Like Nate goes into the boards. Guy comes, gives you a whack.
No, he tripped him. He got tripped.
Yeah,
tripped
get
me,
tripped.
he
Yep,
tripped
got
But-
tripped up.
But it was a pretty innocent trip. Like it wasn't a
It
malicious
was
trip. He was just
extremely innocent.
He was just trying to get the puck missed, tripped him, and the ref immediately called it. Like it was like tripped.
Yeah,
and
true.
The ref was
It got
immediately
called.
like casual tripping penalty.
So we're like, hey, attaboy, Tomer, getting us on the peeper. Tomer follows this fucking guy down the ice.
I feel shame still. About
Just
that part.
giving it to him right in the spine, like over and
I think
over
it's
and
here. I
over.
think it's
Oh,
in the
dude,
arm.
he got him in the arm, but then it was just like back.
Those
back.
are hard. Those are hard cross checks.
And I was like, "Yo, what the fuck happened? Like, what is?" I was like, "We're on the power play, Nate. Calm down."
Dude.
And dude, it was then just like you were following that guy for a while.
No, and I remember sitting in the penalty box after my first shift of men's league, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Well, hold on.
I literally sat there and I'm like,
Tomer,
very important.
Hold on. Because you got sent to the penalty box, but you did not sit in it.
You refused to go.
I did. I forgot to mention that part. I did almost refuse to go in the penalty box. I was so embarrassed and so ashamed. I eventually went in. I had a moment where when I sat there, I was like, what am I doing? It's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
my God.
I'm sitting in the penalty box right now.
Serving
My
a 3-minute run
first
time.
Oh, yeah.
shift. And then so the next shift, I'm like, okay, I'm good. Nothing's gonna happen. And that same guy, whoever he is, kicks my skate.
Yeah.
And we saw that. Everyone saw that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was dirty.
Yeah.
And I look behind me and he's yelling at me and going, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, man. Like, so I just told their bench.
Dude, well, do you remember what he said to you?
What did he say?
Dude, like he was, you said what you said to the bench.
I was like, I'm going to save his life and just let him know.
Yeah. So you were like, kind of chirping back at him, and he looks at you and goes, who do you think you are? And we were all like,
I was like, oh no.
Because we were like, oh, dude.
He didn't check the game notes.
Yeah, sure did not. We were like, we know who he is. You clearly don't. So fucking calm down.
But I was proud of myself because I easily in that situation, he literally was, he looked at me in the eye. He was going like this. He's like, come on, let's go. And I turned around and I refrained and I stopped myself.
Yeah.
It's
nice.
Yeah, I took a breath and I'm like, Nate, this is a lose-lose for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I did.
Absolutely. And I will say, it was fucking hysterical when you were just cross-checking this guy. Then
I felt bad for that one. I do feel bad for that. That was uncalled for.
Yeah. Then you refused to sit in the penalty box, eventually go in.
Yeah, I had a tantrum.
And you served the penalty.
Yeah.
And when you got out, I had a moment of, I was like, is Tomer going to kill someone today? Like, what is going on? And you came out and you skated right up to the two of us and you were like, sorry, boys, saw red.
Saw red. That's what
and
he
we were like,
saw red on that.
Yeah, I mean, holy shit. But you were perfect from that on.
Hey, the juices are still flowing, I guess.
We said that after the game. It was nice to see that you still got it, dude.
Yeah,
like
thank
you will feed someone if
so I
need
think
be.
you would throw at Vail if somebody was like, let's.
Oh yeah.
I think I'd be more inclined to throw if, say, this guy, like, maybe he ran you from behind or did something like that. Then it would be go time.
Oh, we've all. I mean, like
I think that would be if it was like just out of the blue and he's like, "Come on, let's go," just randomly. I'd be like, "No."
Yeah. I mean, our beer league's competitive. Like we've all been there. Like a guy gets run, and I'll.
Yeah, someone still needs to get the shit beat out of him if that happens.
I'll face wash someone for sure. That's absolutely. I mean, the thing is, we're doing Vail again next year. You've got to be there.
I mean, yeah, I went to that alumni game in Aspen not too long
yeah,
before that.
Right.
So
exactly.
I'm not trying to turn down trips to
That's what
Vail or Aspen.
Yeah,
you
correct.
know what I mean? So
Exactly.
I'm not in that stage of life where I'm turning down.
It was absolutely amazing. We've got to give some shout outs. Shout out to Men's League Sweaters.
Massive.
Suiting us up. We've got a jersey for you. It's like not our beer league jerseys, the Netters jerseys that you saw.
Yeah, those are sick.
Those are sick. You did the skiing was amazing. The hockey was amazing. I think the thing that I feel most bad about missing out on was El Segundo. Like,
him missing out. Yeah.
El Segundo was this Mexican restaurant. They hit us up and they're like, "Hey, come, have a meal here."
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. I always think it's funny. Like, you're in Colorado.
Yes.
You're in Vail. You're not even in Denver. You're just in Vail, Colorado, and a Mexican restaurant's like, "Come through," and I'm like, okay.
I'm like, I live in Southern California, dude. Like, are you seriously trying to flex Mexican on us?
Yeah.
Dude. Holy shit. Maybe the best Mexican I've ever had in my entire life. And they did this
in Vail.
What's
it called?
El Segundo.
Yeah, how funny is that?
Which is hilarious.
Like, ironically,
they did. So this is something I love. They had a great taco menu, and they weren't too proud to be fun and experimental. Like I got classic ones, like an al pastor taco, stuff like that. But they also had a Philly cheesesteak taco. They had I had a Korean beef taco.
Yeah.
And like they were fucking fire.
So they had variety of everything.
Tons of variety. Absolutely.
It's
It was
impressive.
amazing.
I mean, you would never ever think that.
Agreed,
Yeah.
dude. And the ambiance too. Like, they gave us a private room in the back, which was so nice. But even like the mix, you're right in the mix in the restaurant, just looked so cool. Like, it was awesome art,
nice vibe.
huge bar with like a million mezcal.
Oh, yeah,
bottle,
so cool.
Like, it just looked really sick in there.
That's
Great.
cool.
Dude, the other funny thing was, you were just talking about beer league. Like, you get back in it and you're like, this is sick. Dude, my favorite thing about this, going to Vail, going to Jackson, playing these teams, you click back into the competitive gameplay so fast. Like we don't wear shoulder pads in beer league. These games are full check. So I had to hit up Bauer and I was like, hey, I need shoulder pads. So they sent me new shoulder pads. And I got my new Bauer twig too. Yeah. And like, you're in there taping your stick pregame, like doing pregame warm up, pregame meal, pregame nap.
It's everything encompassing it. It's
exactly.
The national anthem,
yes,
the fans. Yep. It gets all those competitive juices flowing.
There were signs like making fun of us.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yes, dude, more.
I did a no Bucky warm up.
Yeah, you did.
It was amazing.
I did the same thing in Aspen, actually.
I was the only one. What were you guys doing? I was the only one on the team. I was the only one on the ice doing a no Bucky warm up.
I was pretty sure it just wasn't allowed. Like, I thought they were going to be like, you can't do that.
Well, it was.
And then you did.
And I did. And it was amazing.
Yeah. I should have done it the second game. Once I had seen you not get in trouble.
Feels great.
Before we get into a bunch of hockey talk, there's one other ski thing that I wanted to get your opinion on, and then also just vent to the listeners. We're skiing.
Did you thank the team?
The Vail Yeti?
Yeah, at the top. I didn't know if you did.
I did not. So allow us right now to say, for the millionth time, boys, we love you. Like Vail Yeti inviting us out, putting on that great show. It was so fun. And I already said, we're doing it again.
Oh, yeah. No, they're going to have to kick us out of there.
Yeah, true. Like you're stuck with us now, Yeti. But the coolest guys in the world.
Yep.
We're skiing day 2.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable powder day. Like we got a foot and a half of snow.
It was crazy.
It was unbelievable.
Snowed all night.
We rip for a few hours. None of us have eaten. We're like, we got to get some lunch. So we go to one of the lodges, like up on the mountain. Maybe the busiest lodge I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not exaggerating.
Combo of it was lunchtime and the condition, like the wind picked up around lunch. So everybody was probably like, I'm a little cold. Like probably a good time to get some food.
Yeah. So visibility was low.
Perfect storm of like,
dude,
go to the lodge.
You walked in and it's like, just a mass collection of tables, and it's a zoo. Everyone's sitting at tables, and then everyone is standing next to tables being like, I'm claiming this when you get up. In my opinion, that at lunchtime, this isn't après. This isn't 4 p.m. where people are done, they're taking their shit off, and now we're drinking. Mm-hmm. This is like the lunch break. You rip your helmet off, you're sweaty, you're a mess, you eat quick, you get back out on the mountain.
Eat a bowl of chili, you get the fuck back out there.
Yeah.
When it's that busy, that people are standing and hovering around your tables, it's kind of common etiquette to be like, all right, like don't lounge around and take forever. There's so many people in here, people need a place to sit. Dude, we walk around and we find this one table. There's a husband and wife, 3 kids, and then there's 2, it's a big circular table. Mm-hmm. Then there's 2 girls who are not with this family. They are all done eating. And it's not like they've just finished. The chili in the bowl of the husband has congealed because he's scraped it off so much. Like he has been done eating for a long time. And I see this table and I'm like, oh, great. No one's standing by there. Let's lay claim to this table. So our group is like standing, hovering around them, waiting around. And this woman is just yucking it up, dude. She's like leaning back like this, telling stories to her kids, like asking questions. And she's periodically looking up at me and making eye contact with me, being like, I see you waiting for this table. And I'm not doing anything. I'm being polite. I'm just like, I'm not eavesdropping. I'm like, do your thing. We are clearly waiting for this table.
Yeah.
The 2 random girls eventually get up. They're speaking French. They're foreign, and they're like, blah, 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 and they're heading out. And one of our friends is like, hey, excuse me, are you leaving? And they're like, oh, yes, like take our seats. So 2 of us put our bags in those seats, being like, okay, we'll take these. And when you all finally decide it's time to leave, we'll take your seats. And then this woman looks up at me again and then looks at her kid and goes, and they're probably in their 20s, the kids. Like,
they're not like young.
No.
Okay.
They're like college students.
Okay.
And goes, what's your friend's deal? What's the status with your friends? And he was like, oh, I mean, like they just texted. They said they like went up one more time and then maybe we're going to come down. And she's like, oh, okay. And then the woman looks at the daughter, who's also probably 20. And then very sheepishly, she kind of like turns to us and she's staring at us. And our buddy was like, sorry, we're just, when you guys wrap up, we're going to take the table. And she goes, oh yeah, a few of our friends are on the mountain. We're going to give the table to them when they come in. And dude, it took everything
DP
in me.
Red, dude.
I looked at this young girl and then looked at her mother. And I was this close to going, that sounds great. I don't give a fuck. Get up now and leave, you assholes. And dude, it was just, we all kind of looked at each other and no one knew what to do. We were like, are you serious? And the girl was so embarrassed. Like she like put her head down, and then this woman's just like still staring at me. And we were like, all right. And we just said, fuck it, grabbed our skis, tailed between our legs, and we left. Because we were like, we've been waiting for 25 minutes.
I was gonna say, how long did you guys wait?
Oh, we were there for half an hour.
Yeah, probably.
Easily.
And they were done the
whole time.
Yep.
They'd been done when
we walked in, walked
That's
around.
rude. That's rude.
Walked around for 5 minutes, identified their table,
Yeah.
stood next to their table for 25 minutes, and the whole time they were done.
This is a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
Yeah.
Right?
This is
Literally,
dude.
this is Curb Your
I
Enthusiasm.
couldn't believe my ears. And then I was just like, truly, we were like, whatever, dude, I'm not going to get in a fight over this. But,
LD would have gotten a fight.
oh, yeah.
Correct.
And he
LD.
would have been very, very correct in doing so.
Oh, yeah.
But
He
I was
would have
just
had every
like,
valid point backed up.
man, it's funny. Like, I get it. You come off the mountain, you need a break, you need to eat, you need to refuel. But again, opera, if you get a table,
Stay as long as you want.
Stay as long as you want.
Different vibe.
Exactly.
Different vibe. You're not getting lunch.
And also-
you're getting after it.
Yeah.
Yes, that was not an opera spot. That
Yeah.
was a mid-mountain lodge
Yeah.
to get some chicken tenders and fries and then back on the mountain.
Yeah, that's
And these people were just lounging around, and they motherfucked us.
They motherfucked us, and that's not etiquette, dude.
no.
That's just not it.
That's not okay. That's rude.
There's a code. There's a lodge code during lunch.
There's a time frame
Yep.
too, where like if you're done, you like know that okay, we've reached that 20-minute grace period where we've been sitting around talking, doing nothing. People are waiting on us. Maybe we should go now.
Yeah. I was appalled. Dude.
Dan was, dude, and it honestly derailed the whole day.
I just like it's.
It honestly derailed the whole day.
You said it. There's etiquette. There are rules in this life.
This isn't nom.
It's common sense, really.
Yeah.
It's not really rules. It's common sense.
It's like situational
Yeah,
awareness.
yeah.
Like you've got to be. Look around, lady. It's a zoo in here.
Yeah.
And imagine the feeling they got when they found that table. Wouldn't you
Right.
want to pass that on to someone else?
Pass it forward.
Be like,
play
hey, here you go.
forward. Pay it forward.
But I bring that up as to say, if you go skiing this year and you are in a packed lodge during lunch, there are rules.
Move it along.
Do not be that lady.
On to the next.
Awful. Getting into some hot ice. Let's talk about some hockey. First and foremost, we need to talk about the drama in Boston, or the lack of drama.
Oh, I see what you did.
Yeah.
Keefe goes on their radio show, says he's got a great source that says the locker room's an absolute disaster. Pastrnak has been a piece of shit. Everyone hates him, and he and Marchand hate each other and refuse to play on the line together. Marchand immediately addresses it, says it's bullshit, says Keefe should be fired.
Yeah.
And then the next day, posts a photo of him in a carousel of him and Pasta being best buds, and then they immediately go out, end the 6-game losing streak, beating Florida in overtime. Marchand and Pasta on the ice during the game-winning goal. Is that the biggest fuck you to media we've seen this season?
Oh, the most favorite was the post and all the pictures of like Pasta on his back and the Red Sox jersey. Like it was like the biggest fuck you to that guy. Like
Totally.
Like what are you doing? Like nobody knows what goes on in the room.
No.
And you're not in the room, so how can you speculate?
Dude.
You have no fucking clue, right? So that's where I loved where Marchand came back and was like, this guy has no merit. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then right away just puts him in a body bag the next day.
Yeah.
Post those pictures, which was incredible. That was like one of my favorite parts, I think, is that they posted those pictures right after. Like, dude, fuck you.
Oh, yeah. It was, I mean, that was, you guys have seen that Bugs Bunny meme with like the top or the like gangster hat on. It's like, Lord help me, I'm back to the old me.
Yeah.
I was like, that was Marchand.
Yeah.
Like Marchand got off Twitter when he was named captain. And because he was like, dude, I clap at people all the time. That post was the most gentlemanly middle finger I've ever seen.
Yep.
It was so great.
Here's my question for you. And to be clear, I passionately believe that there is no issue here. I've heard it from them that there's no issue here from their mouths.
Yeah.
But in like the JT thing, JT Miller Pedersen thing, I think there is an issue. And then they say to the media, there's no issue, because I'm like, what do you want them to say? Yeah, we fucking hate each other. So I get why players always go, of course there's no issue. My question to you is why would anyone say that as a reporter if they truly know nothing? If there's truly no smoke at all, why would they just be like this? They hate each other.
Well, because it's something to write.
Yeah,
it's something to
it.
have.
Yeah.
It's some kind of story to tell.
Especially
in a Canadian city like Vancouver,
Yeah,
like
right.
where they're looking for something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But like, this isn't like anything new. Like, guys, you play with players that you don't like.
Okay,
Like that
fair.
is that is a
That's
fair
actually a great
thing.
point. Yeah.
You do. You play with fucking guys that you don't like, but you go to battle with them and you respect them and you go and you show up and you play the game together. You're on the same team, but you might not hang out with them away from the rink. But like the fact that they're blowing this up into what it is, I mean, maybe they don't like each other, but like at the same time, they're on the same team. They got to fucking find a way to win together.
Right.
Yeah. It's also, I think it's funny. Like, I have no beef with Keefe, but he was also one of the guys banging the drum of that nonsense rumor that Sway was asking for 10 years, 10 million.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that was just straight up false.
Yeah.
And they ran with it so hard. So it's like, this stuff happens all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, we saw during the trade deadline, I'm here to tell all of you, all the listeners, like everyone in the media talks. Like when you hear about, I every now and then I'll tweet an eyeball emoji, and I'm not even thinking, I'm not even doing something crazy. It'll be like, I'll be watching a game and I'm like a couple glasses of wine in and there's a sick play and I tweet the eyeball emoji because I think in my head, everyone's watching the same game.
Yeah.
I get 5 texts from other guys in the media going, what do you know?
Yeah.
Because they think I'm like teasing some news is about to drop. So that's what happens. And I'm here to tell you right now, this exact situation happens sometimes. Some random Tom, Dick, or Harry in a certain city, let's call it Boston, says to someone they know who's in the media, and they go, dude, I heard some guy walked into my office today, said that Pasta and Marchy absolutely hate each other right now. That guy in the media then says it to another person in the media, who then says it to their 2 friends in the media. And now you get a text from 4 different people in the media that's like, dude, I heard there's trouble in Boston. So now it's a story.
Yeah.
But really, it's just one person running their mouth. Then it spreads through all these people who have insiders. And I'm not doing air quotes to say that they aren't insiders because they often are. But everyone's so horny for inside information or drama that you then text everybody. And then everyone's talking about it. And then you have to figure out if it's true or not.
You know what else can happen?
It's crazy.
Remember when it was like, or I think it was Marchy too. Was it Berg, Pasta, and Marchy? That was like that perfection line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember when that was running, the Bees kind of didn't have a ton of secondary scoring after that. So there was conversations, maybe we should split them up. Constructive conversations. Yeah. It can literally start like that, where Pasta goes, maybe I should be on the second, the other line. And then someone goes, Pasta doesn't want to play with Marchy.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden they're like,
such a good call, Chris.
And I'm like, it didn't come from an outright lie. It just came from something positive and constructive and gets completely skewed the other way.
And Marchy, he prefaced it with, we're not having a good season. Like, we're not playing the way we should be. And that's why people are speculating.
Yep.
Like, you shouldn't go into a depth of, we don't like each other because we're not playing on the same line. He actually said, we're trying to split up and create more depth.
Yeah. Like these 2 teammates of 9-10 years.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, at each other's weddings. Like, they're just all of a sudden hate each other. Like, give me a break. Dude. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Another interesting bit of drama. Cutter Gauthier plays his first game in Philly. Philly piss pumps the Ducks 6-0.
I know, I watched a little bit of it.
Oh, yeah. But holy moly, what a Philly welcome for Cutter.
Dude,
I'm like, that's our boy. But
I know.
It was, I think first of all, congrats to your Eagles.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure you've seen pretty tough video coming out of the stands of that game.
Oh, yeah.
That guy just saying foul things to this female Packers fan who's completely minding her own business. So there's plenty of times to shit on Philly fans for being psychopaths. This one was kind of great.
They don't forget.
Dude, and even the social
the
team.
North remembers. Like, that
Don't
is
forget.
straight up Winterfell shit
The
going
social
on.
team, because Drysdale scored in that game too.
First period.
And the social team tweeted, JP showed me this, shout out JP, the social team tweeted, that's our guy, all caps.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you hear what they were chanting after, too?
No, I don't know.
The Philly fans were chanting Jamie's better.
Oh,
Jamie's
that's
better.
great.
Like, they were
They were also chanting "fuck you, Cutter."
Oh, they were chanting everything, and it was the whole game. Every time he was on the ice,
Yeah.
like, that's what I say. Like, I know you guys know me as a good kid, but he had to expect that was going to happen and knew it was going to be ruthless, because you can't do that with Philly fans and not expect for them to say anything.
Oh,
like,
definitely.
They're going to give it to you, no
Definitely.
matter what.
And the other thing I loved, we were talking about TK the other day.
Yeah.
TK came up in our trip to Vail, big Philly fan. Again, shout out JP, big Flyers fan, and he was like, he is a top 7 player in the league. And I was like, all right,
7.
relax. However, it did make us have a genuine conversation. Like, Travis Konechny is unbelievable. And when you talk about value to your team, he's up there. He might be in the top 5 in the league of how valuable are you to your team, which is really amazing. And it's great to see him. He's having a monster year. I think he's like 13th in the league in points.
I think so, yeah.
But him being that guy, already having 20 goals, being on pace for 97 points or whatever it is, and going right up to rookie Cutter Gauthier and being like this, I'll fucking fight you right now.
I promise.
I promise. Like, that is like, how much of a flyer is he?
And how much do you love him if you're a Flyer
Oh
fan?
my God.
Like, that's my
He
boy.
embodies everything that's a Flyer because the way he can score, the way he can hit, he can talk.
Oh,
Yes.
TK can talk. I've told stories about him before on here before, and he is a player, man. He's a gamer. He does everything for that team.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun watching him on Team Canada too at Four Nations. I think he's gonna be a big part of that team.
Could not agree more.
Yeah.
But I think it's safe to say, you know, as guys who love Cutter, I also loved that moment.
Oh, I loved it.
And I think Cuts did too, right?
Me too.
It's also great to see him respond. Like, next game, he scores 2, scores an OT winner. Like,
Good on him for responding like
right?
he did.
Yeah. But what a just great hockey moment that was. Like, everything about it.
I mean, as a
Fantastic.
former Flyer, I loved every second of it. You know, like, I love the fans
Of course,
giving it
dude.
to him because I'm like, kid, you have to. You earned this.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, like, you did
100%.
what you did, and they're gonna give it to you now.
He's probably going to take it for a while, to be honest.
Oh,
like
yeah.
every time
he's not in the clear, and
Yeah,
and to add insult, they beat him 6-0. It was
rinsed
like
him,
it was like
rinsed him.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it
6
was
different
good.
goal scorers, I think, too.
And then you wanted to talk about Ethan Frank, dude.
Oh, dude, I just thought
Talking-
it was so sick.
Talking about another rookie.
Was that when was the All-Star game? What did you find out?
I didn't. I must have been last year, but Ethan Frank in the AHL All-Star game.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that highlight. Yeah.
That was last year's All-Star game, right?
I believe so.
I don't know.
Or, like, has that
or
happened?
they just had their All-Star game
No,
already?
it wouldn't. No, that would have been last year's because I don't think because the All-Star game for the American League is around the same time as.
Yeah, so it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
this
no, it
year.
hasn't
Yeah,
happened
so I was
yet.
like, unless I missed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's wheeled around the rink, sub 13,
Yeah.
ridiculous. No NHL guy's ever done it. And then just to see him, not only does he super productive when he gets called up, but that first assist
Yeah, oh yeah.
was because he was skating.
He was
so
fast.
I was like, oh shit,
Flying.
there it is.
Like, someone was like, "Yo, this kid's really fast," and then he comes
Literally.
out and he's skating super fast and creates a goal.
It was like,
oh my God.
Luis Mendoza and the Ducks, where I was like, well, when would pure straight line speed be
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
effective? And then it was like, gotcha,
Yeah.
behind that dangle
So
pass
fast.
goal. I was like,
Unbelievable,
that
yeah.
was fucking money.
He
What a
gets a
stride
goal
on him.
too. Like, just
Yeah.
unbelievable stuff to see.
And it just, you got to shout it out to the Caps scouting department right now with McMichael Pro just lighting up the national. Frank here, Leonard, like there's so many dudes in the pipeline all of a sudden that I'm like, what is
Hudson?
going on? Yeah, I'm like,
Like,
Christ.
it's like those two guys are their best players at World Juniors.
I don't know if there's any fan base that feels better about the current state of their team and their future right now than the Washington Capitals.
There, because I was banging the drum about Dallas before the season started. I was like, Dallas is the most set up.
Yeah, I feel
roster.
like it. I mean, Washington, everything they're doing is
Crazy.
Right. They're doing everything right.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have to get into a Cap spinoff, but it's an interesting like things aren't going that well in Boston this year, and they could have. Right, with that roster. I'm not saying they'd be the best team in the league, but they could have, and it just isn't. This Caps roster is, I'm kind of like, well, you're kind of getting everything out of those kids, out of the goalies. And if that switches to a not everything, maybe you're
You're
like,
right. You're right. Everyone's contributing on that team.
so well. Like you are
Everybody.
getting A performances up and down
Yeah.
the roster, PLD even. Like
You got to give. You have to give that coach Spencer Carberry credit.
Yeah, fuck yeah, great point. Yeah.
He's done such a good job. Like, I mean, realistically, were they a playoff team last year? Probably not.
No, they
dude.
shouldn't have got in.
Right,
And
he got them in the playoffs.
I
and
rinsed
now look,
them
now
in
they're
preseason.
arguably the best team in the league
It's
this
fucking
year.
crazy.
I mean, I think if right now I'm giving Jack Adams to anyone, it's Carbs
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
I think he's a runaway with it.
So I think the ones that I said, Hines is interesting to me because like no one expected them to be this good.
No.
And then in what world? Here's the only other scenario I can think of, and it's currently happening. Like I said, Carbs has to be getting Jack Adams. If the fucking Columbus Blue Jackets make the playoffs, in what world do you not give Evason Jack Adams?
I mean, I think he's. He's a finalist.
Yeah.
I think for sure he's a finalist if they make the playoffs.
Because they were like...
I don't think he wins it, though. I think you still have to give it to Carberry for what he's done in 1 year with that team.
Yeah.
And the difference. And them, and with, like, how long do they not have Ovi?
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
And they were
definitely.
chugging along
Listen, absolutely. But again,
but you're
the
right.
Columbus we all picked the Columbus Blue Jackets to finish 8th in their division.
I mean, there's a lot of predictions that are way off.
Yeah.
They also, let's be honest, they lost their best offensive player. Like Johnny Gaudreau passed away.
Yeah.
And everything we said, all the vibes in that locker room, dealing with that. If they make playoffs, like that is the greatest story of all time. Mm-hmm. So
Incredible.
That is the only scenario right now where I could see Carbs not winning it. Yeah. But it's unbelievable. For this, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I want to talk about something next. And if you could just get up and grab me my backpack right there.
Sure.
I want to make a meal of this next topic.
Taking a break from the pod to talk to you guys about our amazing deal with BetMGM. You have to know how it works right now because this thing is rocking. All you have to do is download the BetMGM app, use promo code NETTERS, that's NETTERS, and then you can place a bet from $5 up to $1,500. If you win, you get to keep the money, and that's awesome. Congrats, that was a really good bet by you. And if you lose, BetMGM takes the amount that you bet and puts it back into your account in the form of bonus bets. So even though that was a terrible bet by you, you get a chance to do it again and this time make an awesome bet and then this time make some money. And that sounds pretty cool to me and I bet it sounds cool to you. So use that promo code NETTERS on the BetMGM app and get in on the action right now. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY for New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 for Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP for Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF for Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 for Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
Thanks. Chris, take a seat.
Oh,
guys, are my Red Wings back?
Well, we said last week, you and I sat here last week and I said they are currently on a 4-game win streak. They were opening a 4-game homestand against the Senators, the Blackhawks, the Kraken, and the Sharks. I said, if you aren't 8-0, then you are not a serious team.
Yeah.
They are currently 7-0 with the Sharks tomorrow night.
Yeah.
As of recording, this will be out. So if by the time you're listening to this episode, if the Wings are 7-1, you are not a serious team. But if you are 8-0, then yes, you are now back in playoff consideration.
We are close.
Yep.
I was so upset with Detroit's start to this year.
It's a nice hat, by the way.
It's a great hat.
I grew up a Wings fan. You guys know this.
I know.
It's a great hat.
It's a nice hat.
I love the Wings, dude.
So upset with Detroit to start this year. And now they make the coaching change. Only the second time these owners have done a midseason coaching change. Won 7 straight. They're averaging 4.4 goals a game in this stretch. They're burying the puck. And I think the big thing, and those first 3, it was kind of, people were talking about it. It was kind of Raymond, Larkin, Cat doing all the scoring. Now it's like Kasper's got a few in this stretch. Gustafson's getting on the board. Veleno's getting on the board. Berggren's getting on the board. Patty Kane has woken up.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, the wealth is being spread, and they're winning big games.
Dude, I think they were down. They were down at least 1, if not 2, to Ottawa, like in that first home game.
Yeah.
And that's the one. I mean, you got to beat the bad teams too, but you're directly competing with Ottawa.
Yeah.
Those are the games you have to win.
Have to win those games.
Especially now if you're trying to chase those teams.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to win those games.
And you come back and clip them in OT. I was like, okay. And now taking care of business. I mean, I pulled the schedule. Now they go on, they play the Sharks, but then they go on the road to at Panthers, at Lightning, at Dallas, at Philly.
Those
that's
3.
A tough stretch. So it's like
Cats, Bolts, Stars sucks.
That's a gauntlet.
Yeah.
That's a gauntlet of teams you got to play.
But like, get out of that 2-2, 8-0, and then get out of that 2-2, and you're fucking
You're
flying,
laughing a little
dude.
bit.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it. We'll get into it a little bit later, but like the wild card outlook for both conferences is very open. Very open. So if you're Detroit,
the East more so than the West, I think.
I agree.
Yes,
Right?
agree.
Yeah.
The East is wild.
But can we just talk about, it's like, I think in 2024, the Red Wings and their fan base were probably like, well, we're not making playoffs again. And now
yes, yeah,
you are definitely like, oh, like playoffs is possible. Like we're pushing.
I think that coaching change and bringing in Todd McClellan and Stevie Y having that familiarity with him because
Definitely.
Todd was there before. He was in Detroit for a long
Yeah,
time
that's
as an assistant, right? So he knows the ins and outs of that organization. Him and Steve already have a relationship. Todd is a defensively minded, structured coach, and he's going to have structure, and you can see like their game is like it's changed a little bit,
Dude,
right? Like
that's a good question.
They're playing a lot better defensively, and
Definitely.
they're probably not giving up as much as what they were, and they're getting results right now. I mean, it's like they're playing well. Like they could easily make the playoffs now. Like they're like you win 8 games in a row in the NHL, you have a chance to sniff the playoffs.
Definitely. And it is. I mean, I there's a chance that Dylan Larkin is my favorite player in the league right now. And seeing like he has games, it was a few games ago.
He's a gamer.
He's a gamer. He's got 2 goals. He got the OT winner. He's just all over the score sheet. And it's like when your leader is, you do something like a coaching change and your leader responds immediately, is playing this well. It's like that instills so much confidence in your team. And also how fired up would you be if you are Sullivan and the rest of the USA boys? Like you're getting this version of Dylan Larkin coming into Four Nations too. Like
so much.
He cares so much. And he's such a team guy.
Yeah,
God, I love him.
I think this is what Stevie Y had in mind for his
Definitely.
team. This is what he saw.
Definitely.
So everyone losing it on him and saying, "Oh, the Iser plan is a joke," this and that. Like this is what he had in mind, and it's only going to get better. I think.
I agree.
And dude, how frustrating when, as a GM, when you're like, I know it's here in the room. Like I built this thing, it's ready, and it's just not performing.
Yeah.
And then now you're like, fucking told you. Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we said, the battle is on in the wild card, and the Detroit Red Wings are very much in that battle. Unbelievable. We talked about Florida, Tampa earlier coming up for Detroit. Let's talk about Florida right now. Winter Classic announcement. Going to be Panthers versus the Rangers at Lone Depot Park in Miami. Knee-jerk reactions, boys. The Winter Classic 2026 in Miami.
I was kind of hoping for Ovechkin, Crosby.
Yep.
Kind of bring it back old school.
Well, unfortunately, Ovechkin's going to retire this year after he breaks the record and wins the
I
cup.
know, but secretly, I was kind of hoping for something along those lines because of what they've done for the NHL the last 20 years.
Yeah.
But I can see where it was a matter of time before there was a game in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I can see. Yeah, I mean, it has to be. I understand the Panthers. They've been the best team the last few years.
Yeah.
But I think that I don't know. I'm excited about it because it's hockey in Florida. They're playing against the Rangers, but I wasn't like my knee-jerk reaction wasn't like, oh my god, I'm so pumped about this.
Go ahead.
No, I asked you both.
My
for your
knee-jerk is my true knee-jerks were, oh, okay, that'll be fun for us. I'm that.
Yeah, it's a cool place to go.
It's nice to not be freezing and whatever. But I wanted something. Both location, everything said is right. Like it's cool and whatever. But I wanted a bigger swing. Like Bettman kind of teased that it's gonna blow your fucking hair back, and I was like, oh, sick. This is gonna be like.
Is it really a winter classic?
Something we've never seen before. And
right?
and you said this, so I'm kind of stealing your joke, but not that they have to be arch rivals every time, but like Panthers Rangers to me, I was like, oh, okay, like I guess they played.
It's like I had to automatically throw an original 16.
Yeah, I was like,
because they're playing the Panthers,
Oh, the storied
felt that way, didn't it?
The storied Panthers Rangers rivalry.
Yeah.
in Miami, amazing.
Fully manufactured a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough for me because. We're all about growth. Like we want the league to do cool things. The Winter Classic is a cool thing that I think has been not executed perfectly over the years. Some of them have been perfectly executed. Others have not. To me, I can't tell if I'm an old hat saying this, but I'm with you. Like when I hear Winter Classic, I don't want it to be in Miami.
Yeah.
No.
And I like what you said. It's a matter of time before the outdoor game came to Florida.
There was one.
They're
right?
doing the stadium series next year as well.
Yeah.
Well, they have, I believe Tampa's playing
Boston.
Boston, that's right.
In the state, so I'm like, you're already doing
At Raymond
it.
James in Tampa, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, did you need to do the Winter Classic in Florida as well? And yeah, I mean, you're right, CP. Like for us, for media guys,
at that point, if you're gonna do stadium series, just do the Lightning and the Panthers. everyone wants to see that.
Dude,
you
I
kidding me?
completely agree.
Like those two teams, when they play each other, it's electric.
Like Battle of Florida in
they
Florida.
hate each other.
They hate each other. That would be great.
Like they play each other in the playoffs. Like
Yeah.
that seems to be the obvious answer with the Florida game.
Yeah. So it's like, and the other part of me is like, maybe just do Stadium Series to start.
Yeah.
Because there is part of me that's like the Winter Classic in Miami. How, like, are we losing a little bit of the allure? Like, when I think of the Winter Classic, I think of that photo of Pavel Datsyuk taking his shootout attempt in the snow.
Yeah.
I think of Sidney Crosby taking his
that
shootout
one.
attempt in the snow. Like, that's the first and foremost thing we think of. I think of the snow. Like, yeah, are we cold in Chicago watching the game? Sure. But I think I'd rather that.
Me too.
If it's the Winter Classic than being like sweaty. You know what I loved? All-Star game in Florida. I thought that was perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's an all-star game.
All-Star game.
Much different.
All-Star game, much different. Bring it somewhere warm. Bring it somewhere fun. So I don't know how I feel, and I can't tell if I'm being too much of a traditionalist with that take, but
I don't think so. I mean, it's the Winter Classic.
it's the Winter Classic. It's literally has
Winter
winter
Classic.
in the name.
That's what I mean.
Like, let's stop right there.
Come on.
So I don't know. It's interesting. Like,
I guess
again,
I guess they look at it as the season, winter season.
you know what? I got so fired up. It was the week. This was, I think, last week. Yeah, the last week this was announced, and the Sunday before doing Hockey Talk, someone asked, "I was like, what Winter Classic do you want to see?" And I said, "Give me Avs Wild at Mile High." And when I said it, I was like, "That is such a good idea, Dan." Like, two really good Central Division rivals, close proximity to each other. Also, let's talk about this. As cool as it is, Wrigley, Fenway, the Winter Classic in baseball stadiums sucks.
Yeah, it's
Like,
hard.
it just doesn't. There's no good place to watch
For the
it.
fans.
For the fans.
It's not intimate, right? Like you're so far away.
Dude,
Yeah.
like, and you know what? Fuck off. For the TV, I'm not looking at the green monster when I'm watching that. You're watching a game still.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, yeah,
The pictures look cool.
sure, but they still look cool in the stadiums. Like, look at the Big House. That was awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I just think football stadiums need to be the bigger. Like, it's the same shape. It's pretty simple.
yeah.
You're gonna have better fan views. It's
No, you're right. That's true.
Oh,
I didn't think about
God.
it that way.
unbelievable. All right, we teased it earlier. We don't want to spend too much time on this, but we talked about PD. We talked about JT. I think we've gotten to the point with this where I'd be surprised if we don't see a trade happen. Where do you guys stand on that?
If they are out of playoffs picture, I think probably because last year was so fun. I mean,
Which
yeah,
team?
okay, so that's what I don't know. And all logic says you have to trade JT Miller, but I think they might not. I think it might be Petey.
It's just tough though because look at his cap hit.
I know.
Yeah,
It's an obvious choice to trade JT Miller because of the difference in cap hit, right?
Yeah, I mean his cap hit's not that small.
age.
Like, what's JT's 9.5, 9 flat?
I think it's a little over 9. I thought.
I think
you're
it's
right,
9.5.
You're right. And
So, like, that's not that
And then
small.
what? Pedersen is 11.6.
I think PD's. Oh, good question. I think it's
11
lower than that. I think
Is it
it's
lower than that.
I think it's 11.
It's 11 something.
Yeah.
JT Miller is 31 years old and has an $8 million cap.
Okay,
hit,
it's 8. That's much more doable.
till he's 36.
Yeah. See, that's like
So he's in under
every
contract.
team's going, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going after JT Miller from another team all day.
Yeah, and he's such a gamer.
Oh, and he plays hard. He's like, yeah, he's
Such a gamer.
PD's 26 years old. Cap hit 11.6 till he's 33.
It is 6. Nice. Yeah, and he just signed that.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you were to trade Petey, it's going to be a Matthew Tkachuk trade. Like, it's going to be a big trade.
Has to be.
Lots of pieces. Probably needs to be term on there. Like, you're not trading Elias Pettersson for prospects and picks. You need a player back.
No, you're getting it back. You're getting back a really good player.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the question to say that if there's something going on and PD is the one that they feel like you can get more for, Tocchet's definitely a factor in here too. You're looking at your coach and going, you know, if we lost one of these guys, who are you more gutted about? And I know for certain that Tocchet is a big JT Miller guy.
Exactly.
I mean, I would think so. Yeah.
Like, let's put 2 and 2 together here.
The type of player he was, the type of player JT Miller is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's a big big question. I mean, we heard someone said that there was
there's been all sorts of speculation.
Yeah, and there was
talks with them and the Rangers, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
It was like Zeba, and I think it was like 1-for-1. And now you will never do that if you're Vancouver.
Yep.
Ever in a million years.
I mean,
I wouldn't have anyway, though.
I don't know, man. Mika Zibanejad last season was about as good. I mean, they both were nasty.
Yep.
I just think there's got to be like the Rangers need a guy like JT Miller.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a world where the Rangers make a trade for JT Miller, like they've been speculating? Do you think there's a world where that happens?
I think there is. However, I'm here to say this: if they were to make that trade, and let's say it is Zibanejad, that's also going to cost them Gabe Perreault. And if you're Vancouver and you accept anything less than Gabe Perreault on top of that, you are an idiot, in my opinion. Like, JT Miller's value is so much higher than Zibanejad's right now. And also, I think...
What about other players besides Zibanejad that they could get from the Rangers?
Yeah, well, then it gets into cap. Like, you can't... Because Zeba's got a bigger hit than JT.
Yeah, what is... Yeah,
I think he's 9, maybe.
That sounds right, actually.
So it's like... if you're doing that,
could you imagine Vinny Trocheck, JT Miller, and Zibanejad as your
JT and Vinny Trocheck together on the same team?
They wouldn't even be on the
same line.
You have those two guys on the same team as your centerman. Like,
yeah,
you're hard to play against.
Yeah.
Those two.
What's
guys.
Mika's cap hit?
8.5.
8.5. Okay, so
Also 31.
Pretty close. If you did them for 1-for-1, yeah, you need another player. I don't know how that would work with cap though, but that's what I'm saying. It would cost me if I'm Vancouver, I'm getting Gabe Perreault as well. And I know a lot of Rangers fans are going, Gabe Perreault is not for sale. And I'm like, all right, well then stop fucking talking about JT Miller. Because you're not getting him for anyone on their roster.
I think there's going to be a lot of teams calling for JT Miller, not just the Rangers. I think
Dude,
there'll be a
me
lot
too.
of other big hitters that are like, we will find a way to get this guy on our team because he can help us win a Stanley Cup.
And that wins you a Stanley Cup. Like
one of those guys, he is one of those guys that'll help you win a Stanley Cup.
And so what I was going to say,
I think he is like they're very similar. Maybe he's like a Sam Bennett.
Oh, definitely.
He's like Sam Bennett.
Definitely. Even more,
right?
and with all respect to Sam Bennett, because his playoffs last year and his season this year has been fucking tremendous.
Tremendous.
And I give him so much credit.
Yeah.
But JT Miller is like an even more talented Sam Bennett in my mind.
That's not even in your mind. If you don't think that, you have zero brain. You don't have a mind. Yeah. The thing I was going to say is, one, I do not think the New York Rangers are one player away from a fix. I don't think JT Miller comes in and fixes that team. And two, I don't think there is a single player on the New York Rangers aside from Igor Shesterkin that I would trade 1-for-1 for JT Miller. Rangers fans might get mad at that, but I don't think there is anyone.
You wouldn't trade
Panarin, maybe. But like I'm looking at the Canucks and I'm like, is that what you need? Like you need Panarin on the Panarin's nasty. Don't get me wrong, but he's 33.
33, also 11.6.
So it's like,
I don't know. The Rangers is a tough one. I've been
I've been
asked this before, but I don't know what they do there.
Yeah.
What if they did PD and JT for Panarin and Zibanejad? Money works perfectly.
Yeah, it does.
Essentially,
It does. I actually love that.
That would be crazy,
dude. The thing we can stop, but the thing for me.
No, I think I need to say I think it's Panarin and Shesterkin.
Yeah.
I don't even think I would do Fox. Again, it's situational.
Yeah.
I don't need Adam Fox on the Canucks.
Well, you have Quinn Hughes.
Exactly. So I really think it's probably Shesterkin and Panarin.
I think it's going to be
That's kind of crazy
for the Canucks to get whomever they trade. I think it's going to be hard for the Canucks to get appropriate value back for either one.
Absolutely.
Due to the situation.
It's going to be a blockbuster.
It's going to be a blockbuster, but it's just if they do it, I will tip my captain. If they swing PD or JT for an equal quality stud back, I'll go, wow.
I believe that I think the Vancouver Canucks are going to make the playoffs too.
Me too. I think I do too. I'll have to look in a second, but I think I do too, and that makes it even more complicated for me. Because if they were in free fall, I'd be like, fucking get one of them out of here and figure it out.
Yeah.
If they're still fighting for a spot, I'm like, I think you might go, shut the fuck up. You don't like each other. You have to go to battle for each other.
But I think we've been doing this again. We don't know any of this. It's all speculation, but it just feels like it's been a year. I feel like of this.
I think they might still make the trade and still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it might be one of those scenarios.
Oh, I think you mentioned if you're right, we can move on. But you mentioned if they don't make the playoffs, they got to make a trade. I think you maybe make a trade for the purposes of getting in the playoffs. Like it's you're right. It would be a blockbuster. This is not going to be like a we kind of got fleeced. Like no.
It might even be like a 3-way trade too.
Very good point.
Good call.
Sure.
Very good point.
Yeah.
But it is
For like to make it happen, you know.
Yeah, I think if there is trouble in paradise, Chris, we have moved past the point of saying shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely don't think they can do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't think they can do it anymore. We keep teasing the wild card. Let's get into the East.
As it sits right now,
Who do we think?
Boston Bruins 47 points, Columbus Blue Jackets 46 points. They're your 2. Senators. I'll give you their games too. So Bruins 45-47, Columbus 43-46. Ottawa 42-45, Detroit 42-44, Montreal 42-44, Pittsburgh 45-44, New York 42-42.
So who do I think is getting in?
Yeah, gun to your head, 2 teams.
Boston, Detroit.
Woo. You know what, Tomer? I actually think I agree because the Montreal and Columbus runs have been so fun. So fun. But I do think they're just little runs here. And I would be, dude, as a Bruins fan, I don't particularly like the Habs normally, but it would be, if you told me it was Habs Blue Jackets in the wild card, I would be so fired up.
Yeah, it'd be
That would
awesome to see both teams make it.
insanely
Yeah,
awesome.
But I do think it's going to be that's my guess.
I don't think they can get in. I think the Rags, I know they're playing well, but I just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing that's interesting. It's obviously early, but games in hand.
Kind of. What is it? We're 40 games
Yeah,
in?
we're halfway.
Yeah. We're halfway through.
It's not that early anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying to talk about games in hand. Like if you give New York has 3 games in hand on Boston. If you give New York 3 wins, and I think they're 3-4, or they've won 3 of their last 4, they are above Boston. Yeah, they're above everyone.
They're above everyone.
So it's like, you know, the New York Rangers have been an absolute disaster this year, but when it comes to stuff like this, like that, we're on the home stretch, right? Last half of the season, we've got the bye week coming up with 4 nations. We've got the trade deadline right after that. That's when people start looking, and I think that's when goaltending is so important.
Yeah.
And we don't know the extent of Shesterkin's injury in terms of how it's going to affect him moving forward for the rest of the season. But like, are you not taking Igor Shesterkin in a race here? Like that is so valuable. Shesterkin is better than Jari. He's better than Montembeault. He's better than Talbot. He's better than Elvis Merzlikins. To me, it's like when you look at these teams, Shesterkin, Sway, and Ullmark are the best goalies in this race.
Ullmark said that he might be back sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
That came out yesterday.
So I'm with you. I like Boston. I do think Boston has just I don't see them falling out yet.
Even in that win the other day, I watched that game. Like they shouldn't have won that game.
Correct.
No.
Against Florida.
Yep.
Absolutely not.
They got dominated.
But I think Sway's playing.
Sway.
Sway's playing so much better.
Yep.
Even in some of these losses, like people look at his record. 2 of his last 3 losses were 2-goal game. Like it was 2-1.
Yeah.
One was 2-1. One was 3-1 with an empty net, and he had like 38 saves. Yeah. Like so, he's playing much better. Their fucking goal diff though is like, dude, Boston, you got to figure out who is scoring goals for you here, because you know you're bringing up Vinny Leterrier to play on your third line again, and it's like, yikes. But I do think they squeak in. I don't think the New York Rangers have it this year at all. They're the Caps last year for me. Like if they do squeak in, you're out in the first round. But I do think there's a world where Shesterkin gets them in.
It's going to have to start happening now.
I know.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're running out of time
they're 500. Like they're 20-20-2.
Yeah.
But
because when now you're chasing for a wild card spot, now you're like you have to get help from other teams, and there's so many variables that go into that.
Yeah, but I think, oh shit, man. You know, I said yesterday I think it's probably going to be Boston and New York, but I think that's probably my heart saying that because I don't want to jinx the Red Wings. But
so deep down, you really want the Wings, but
I'm desperate
you just don't
for
want
the
to
Wings.
jinx them.
I'm desperate for the Wings.
The Wings Senators battle will be sick. Like they're gonna those two. See, that's a good way to look at it for me. Columbus and Montreal, I'm like, I don't know. They've been hot. This is cool, and again, I think it'd be super fun, but I don't quite have the faith that they're going to be in it till the end. Detroit and Ottawa are going to be. They're both played 42 games. Ottawa 45 points. Detroit 44 points right now. They are and. Ottawa has scored 122. Detroit scored 121. You know, like they're battling for these spots, and they are going to be going like this the entire way. I don't see either of them falling
I
off.
wonder too how much of Four Nations will have a factor on some of these teams. Think
Man.
about that too. I think about
Yeah.
that on the teams that have a lot of
100%.
guys going and not a lot of guys going. Like how much is that going to factor?
Yeah, because this ain't All-Star, right? Like
No.
this is a tournament of several games
Yeah,
where guys are going to be playing hard.
yeah.
So
That's another thing too. Is you have to look at all those
players,
players that are going to be going for all those different teams and who's who's going to be the healthiest. I don't know.
Definitely.
I think that plays a factor.
Definitely. You don't even want to speak it into existence, but like, God, imagine a knock, like important. All of those guys are important.
Yeah.
Someone taking a knock like that is.
Let me look. I got this right here. Detroit has 2 guys. Ottawa has 2 guys.
New York has 3, I think.
Okay, so that's
Rangers
not that
have
many guys. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Who are 4 and 5? They've
I
got.
don't know who you're counting
yeah,
as
yeah,
1, 2,
true.
3. So
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not Kako and Mika. I was thinking just U.S. Canada.
who else? Montreal. Montreal has 3. Columbus has 1.
Okay, so I guess not a ton of guys for each team, but
Boston 1, 2, 3, 4. Boston 4.
I mean, 5 for New York.
Yeah.
You could look at it the other way too. Like you start buzzing in the
you
tournament.
get some confidence. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
come
There's
back.
two different ways to look at it.
Interesting.
You're right.
Trivia. 2 teams have no guys.
Oh, did the Sharks get fucked? Because I'm pretty sure. No.
Granlund's on Finland.
Yes, but Zetterlund got fucked.
Yeah.
Right, like he
Sharks-
should have
but
been.
the
Two teams in the league.
2 teams in the league sent no one. Here's trivia. 2 teams in the league sent no one, and 2 teams in the league sent someone to each nation.
Oh, fun.
Oh, I have no idea. This is
Well, we'll never get that one.
no.
The Chicago Blackhawks.
No.
Who did they send?
Chicago Blackhawks sent
Buffalo
Tuvo.
Sabres.
Teravainen.
Oh,
The Buffalo Sabres sent Darlene
yeah,
That's right.
and UPL.
yeah.
I'll tell you the sent ones to everyone
Okay, yeah.
because you won't get those. Toronto sent Marner to Canada, Matthews to USA, Nylander to Sweden, and Yanni to Finland. And they only sent 4, so that's their 4.
Wow.
And then Florida sent 8 people to 4
Yeah,
nations.
absolute wagon.
So they have the most, I think, right?
By far.
Yeah.
Everybody to everywhere. Actually, 1. Forsling's the 1 Swedish dude, and Matthew Tkachuk the 1 USA dude. A lot of Finns and Bennett and Reinert. 2 teams with nobody.
Did I get it right? The one guess?
Well, who'd you say after?
Buffalo.
No,
they had 2.
That's
UPL,
right,
Darlene,
Darlene,
and UPL.
Darlene.
Okay,
They're both. Actually, no. One Western Conference, 1 Eastern Conference.
Okay. My guesses are.
Oh, I think I know now.
I kind of think Seattle.
Nashville.
No, they got flipped.
Oh, why do I keep missing one guy.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
I just go off how bad some teams are doing.
Seattle is correct.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
They sent no one.
Yeah.
Seattle, and then Eastern Conference.
It's it's surprising that they sent no one because they're doing very well.
It's got to be Columbus.
Islanders?
No, they get Brock. I think Brock's on
Brock,
USA,
that's right.
they
Brock,
did. Yeah, they
yeah.
sent Brock.
and then Columbus.
Columbus.
No, Columbus sent Werenski.
Werenski. Who's
shit.
Who's doing well in
Wash?
the
Wash.
dude?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just thinking of it could be Wash, but yeah,
the
it's the only thing I
Capitals
think of.
sent no
Yeah,
one. First
yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Because Carlson didn't make it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Crazy.
Damn. Wow. That's
good trivia.
Hey, that was a fun fact.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, and then let's not even talk about the West Coast wild card, right? Like, there's nothing really to say.
We can do it in 45 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and then
yeah.
the Western Conference wild card, currently sitting in the 2 spots are Colorado Avalanche. Shocking, but I think I
But
saw
they're
somewhere
right there, yeah.
they've got someone who they've called up. If he dresses, I forget who it is. It'll be, I think, their 56th guy dressed this year, 53rd or something,
Crazy.
53rd to 56th, but it's an insane number. It's in the 50s. It's crazy. And Vancouver, they have 53 points and 48 points. Then right behind Vancouver is Calgary with 47, the Blues with 44, Utah with 43, and the Ducks with 41.
Do you believe it's for sure Vancouver and then whatever the fourth central team is? It's like Colorado and the what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to stay like that.
Colorado's going to get it. I don't know, dude. Monty's got the Blues buzzing a little bit.
Utah's hit the skids. He does have the Blues.
The
buzzing.
Blues feels like the Red Wings of the West. Like they are
if maybe
new coach bump, and they're kind of cooking.
That could be one of those scenarios where you said you go and play at Four Nations.
Yeah, right.
Bennington he's the Team Canada. He comes back, St. Louis, and then they go on a heater. I don't know. It's possible. I still think it'll be one of those four central teams and Vancouver. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, I realistically, I think it's one of the central, and Vancouver probably makes the most sense.
And I do want to say the Ducks have been playing some fun hockey.
They sure have.
And I've really enjoyed that, and I'm glad they're in the mix now.
They sure have. If you are a beer league hockey player or a hockey player in general and you need a new jersey, there is truly only one website to use, and that is Men's League Sweaters.
It's an absolute no-brainer. Tomers jumped on our beer league team. How sick are our jerseys?
The quality was money. I mean, I felt like Mike Modano skating with the way he was flipping in the back in the wind like that. I was like, okay, I was like a little bit like Modo. It was great.
That's what I'm talking about. And everybody knows, every beer leaguer knows how annoying it is when the team wants new sweaters. And you're like, okay, great, now we got to go get them. Men's League Sweaters makes it so simple to get this done.
And you can do whatever you want. I've said it before. The options and the variety you have with what font you have on your numbers, the logos on the jerseys, the stripes, whatever you want. You pick it to whatever your style is. It comes fast. It's super affordable. And you look good. You just look great.
I was going to say the form fitting of the jersey, the way it fit on me, it was nice. I was
and
like, wow, this is
it's legit.
Great jersey.
Right?
Yeah.
Shoulder pads, no shoulder pads. Big factor.
Yes.
Fits great.
Huge.
Feels good. Feels good on the skin.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
No, this is extremely legit because all beer leaguers want new sweaters all the time. It's how you look cool out there. And the designs that people are coming up with that they send to us, you've seen the posts. It's so sick, the jerseys you can create and the design your own function. It's amazing.
So if your team needs jerseys, go to mensleaguesweaters.com/netters, and you are going to save up to an average of $500 on that order. It's amazing.
Okay, now we're going to do a new game. We've been doing this game on the Instagram page with plus minuses, but we're going to do it with odds thanks to our friends at BetMGM. They're providing the odds, and we're going to try to match them. So we've got a bunch of different opportunities to play this game. In this version, we're going to do the top 6 teams to win the Western Conference. So who will be the Western Conference's 1 seed?
Okay.
Wags, give me 6 teams out of order.
Golden Knights, Oilers, Kings, Wild, Jets, and the Stars.
Okay.
Knights, Oilers, Kings, Jets,
Wild, Stars.
Wild Stars.
And then give us 6 odds out of order.
Plus 900, plus 475, plus 650, plus 340, plus 450, plus 280.
Okay.
280 was the last one?
Yeah, so 280, that's the favorite.
That's the favorite.
And that's going to be the Knights.
Yeah.
It's got to be,
That's
right?
what I think.
100%.
Vegas is 280 for sure.
Okay, so we're going to go Vegas 280. And then
The
there's
next
a
lowest one
there's a
was-
340.
I like Jets.
I like Oilers.
I think I like Oilers over Stars and Wild.
Really?
So you said you're going Oilers for number 2 spot.
No. I think Jets too.
Oh, I think Jets too as well.
I think
Really?
Jets are 340.
I think Jets are 340 too.
Okay, and then
it
there's
looks
a
like
450 and a 475.
And then there's a big jump, yeah?
Yep, 650, 900.
I think you go Kings for
Third.
Third.
Really? I love that.
Me too. So we'd go Knights 280, Jets 340, Kings 450.
Well, who would the other team be? I'm trying to think that would be right there is with them.
Minnesota and Dallas.
Minnesota and
Yeah.
Dallas.
Minnesota's been a wagon. I know they skid a little skid, but like
The Kings are buzzing, dude. I like that.
I'll go Kings
who's,
there.
Wild are behind the Jets in the Central.
Yeah, but I think the Wild are ahead of.
Yeah, so maybe I'm boosting the. I kind of like
So
what
maybe
do
the
we have?
Wild are third, and then the Kings are right after that.
Okay, so we're gonna go Vegas 280, Jets 340, Wild 450, Kings 475.
Yeah, you could go either way, I think. Right?
And then a 650 jump to the oil.
Yes.
Yeah, because I guess they're behind the Kings and the Knights.
Based on right now.
And then the Stars are 9.
I like it.
The Stars are 900.
All right, so we're going to go Wild our
Wags,
third.
ready? We're going Golden Knights 280. We're going Winnipeg Jets 340. Minnesota Wild 450. LA Kings 475. Edmonton Oilers 650. Dallas Stars 900. How many of those are correct?
Just one.
Wow.
Jesus.
Just Vegas. That was it?
Okay.
Just Vegas.
And does he don't really tell us one? Yeah. So which one is correct?
The Vegas Knights.
Vegas Knights are correct.
So, I mean, I'm guessing that
Okay, so
Edmonton's second.
So
right?
we'd go.
Well, we're gonna have Edmonton jump over LA.
Well, I mean, I think they're just. I mean, it's the Vegas.
Like this
odds,
is this
right?
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know.
Okay, so
I think they're looking at Connor and Leon.
Okay,
yeah,
so
exactly.
we'd go Oilers 340. Then what? Jets.
It just feels insane.
Yeah, I guess Jets after is 3.
So we're gonna go Oilers 340. We're gonna go Jets 450.
Yep.
Then Kings.
No, then Wild. I'd say 475.
Then Wild 475.
Then Kings.
Then Kings.
Then
600,
Stars.
Then Stars.
Okay, so Wags,
Stars
we're
are
now
not-
going.
So Stars might be ahead of the Kings.
We're now going Oilers 340. Wild next.
Oh yeah, I got it. Oilers 340. Jets 450. Wild 475. Kings 600. Stars 900.
Are any of those right?
Was there a 600?
650.
650. Sorry.
You got another one correct.
Which
Okay,
one?
which one is
The
it?
Kings.
All right. So the Kings
Okay.
are 650.
So Dallas is.
So no, I think so. Number 2
So who
has got to be the Wild, because there's no way they're saying the Stars are jumping, or maybe they are.
we don't have? We don't have 2 right,
No,
and we just tried the Oilers,
we no.
and
Oh
we
yes,
tri-
we did.
And we tried the Jets already there.
and we
Yes.
tried the Jets.
So it's got to be the Wild
Gotta
or
be
the
Wild.
Stars.
Wild or Stars. I think Wild.
I think it's
probably.
got to be Wild. So we're gonna go Wild 340, and then maybe Jets 475.
Yeah.
Jets
And then
475.
Dallas 600 or 650.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kings is right at 650.
So what we have left
that's right.
is
is a 450.
a 450 and a 900.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna say the Wild are 900, and the Stars are 450.
Okay.
All right. So Oilers 340, Stars 450, Jets 475, Wild 900.
You got 2 more correct. The Jets are correct, and the Wild are correct.
Damn.
The Wild 900. Okay, so that.
So
means-
they're saying Stars are 340 and the Oilers are 450. So they have the Stars.
Okay, so
Stars at
final
second.
answer.
Well, no, we know it. Like
I know,
this is.
but just for the.
But the,
short form
the
too.
final results: Golden Knights 280, the Dallas Stars 340, the Edmonton Oilers 450, the Winnipeg Jets 475, the LA Kings 650, and the Minnesota Wild 900.
Wow.
Holy hell, dude! They love the Dallas Stars, dude. We love the Dallas Stars.
They were streaking. That's what happened, dude. They're so hot right now.
And I think it's just like the makeup of their team, probably, right? And they're always in the mix every year in the playoffs.
Yep.
So maybe that's why.
fucking electric.
Electric.
Absolutely electric.
Vegas for sure is clear cut number 1 though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta be. Okay, gonna move on to a beer league hotline.
Yep.
Wags.
We have a girl on our team, and it's been awesome having her. She's a good player and a great hang. Last Saturday, after our game, as we were peeling off her gear and hopping in the showers, she walks into the bathroom. Not just to say goodnight, she actually proceeds to shower with us, fully nude. Like it's just another Tuesday. Safe to say the boys were caught completely off guard. No idea where to look. And by the way, she's 27, athletic, and frankly, quite attractive. Am I weird for thinking this was a wild move, or is just this modern beer league life and I need to catch up? Let me know. I'm still processing this one.
Oh, what a dilemma.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to fucking say, dude. I really don't know what to say. Like,
What a dilemma.
What
I can I first just say, what a power move by this gal. Like that is
fucking zero shame. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless,
dude.
But like, not like just brave, I guess. Right?
It implies too that she's been on the team for a while, without showering. Because we've had girls play on our beer league team every now and then, and it's like they come with like spandex already on, and like the boys just do the towel thing. Like I just put a towel around, and I'll take my jock off, and it's like whatever. Don't go in the shower. And then, so this implies that now she's on game 33 of the season. Is like,
can you imagine you're just sitting there, you're showering with the fellas, and then she just walks in and is like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
A beautiful gal.
Give me some soap.
Dude,
Beautiful gal. Anyone have any body wash?
that Old Spice 3-in-1's calling my name, dude. Let me get that.
Listen, there's a lot of implication here. A lot of implication. Yes, seems like been on the team, hasn't done this. So I really love that it feels like clearly a level of comfortability has arrived where she feels comfortable enough to pop into the shower with the fellas. You are not weird for thinking this is crazy. It's a bit of a crazy move.
It's a crazy move.
I don't think we've ever heard it before, so it is certainly abnormal.
Yeah.
Is there
usually showers are separated?
Yeah.
Yes.
Always.
But you know what? I gotta say this. The shower's a great place.
A lot of stories.
A lot of bonding.
I mean, yeah. I miss shower with the fellas.
Dude, we the three of us got our first shower together at Half Moon Bay.
Yeah.
I remember it vividly.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. I don't blame this gal for wanting to pop in the shower, dude. Like this is great. If you feel comfortable, this is great.
What if this?
She heard. This is what happened. She heard really good conversation going on in the shower.
Had
She's
input.
like, I really want to fucking join this conversation.
I'm missing out.
Fuck it. I'm going in the shower with these guys.
I wonder.
Acting like nothing is wrong.
Yeah. I frankly, I love it. But I do wonder if there needs to be a conversation of making sure everyone's comfortable. Like, it implies, again, like I said, there's a lot of implication. Yeah. It implies that she feels comfortable, and that's the most important thing.
Yes.
But maybe is it worth one of the boys on the team being like, hey, you popped in the shower. We just want to ask, like,
someone might take a run at her.
Are you cool with that? Like,
That's what I was about to say.
And you don't want to look. You don't want to make it. You don't want to. But it's hard. It's hard not to look.
My favorite part about the DM is no one knew where to look, because that would be a nightmare.
I would, Chris. I would either my eyes would
shampoo in my eye
planted onto the ground. I'd be staring at my feet so hard.
Oh, dude.
So that I think I listen. If she wants to shower, God damn it, it's her right to shower. Yeah. But I think we need open communication here. We need this. You have opened a door now, and once you have walked across that threshold and entered this room, we now need to ask some questions. Just make sure everyone's okay. My thought was maybe she was like, I'm an attractive girl, and I'm on this beer league team, and no one is taking a run at me, and it's bumming me out.
This is what I need to do.
Boom, dude, on the table. And now the boys are drooling.
What a fucking move! If that's
a fucking move. We said
power to her if that's her move.
Any of these scenarios we've painted, I think it's awesome.
I love this move.
Basically, I love this.
Move.
I think good on you.
They got a close team.
Yeah, and let me tell you what, dude. If there's one thing we know is that your team chemie is higher than everyone else's, and that's great.
Yep. Absolutely is.
That's going to win you a championship.
Absolutely right.
This is fantastic. Oh my God.
Hotline.
Insane.
Yeah, that's about as good as it gets. Let's get into some powers rankings. We're going to do our top 5 teams in the league right now. We can't move on until we all agree.
Okay.
I just don't think that you're going to beat the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it might be. Actually, yeah.
I agree.
I think it's got to be the Golden Knights. 7-3 in their last 10. And they've just been the best team in the league for a couple months now.
There, though.
Yeah. They haven't really slowed down at all.
Yeah.
The Jets have been good again, though. The Jets were like insane, and then they kind of were like, uh-oh. And then
recently
they've been good again.
Yeah.
So they're in the conversation with me, but I could go Vegas.
Yeah.
2 is tricky, though, because I don't know if I kind of want to go Jets, and I'm afraid you guys are want to go Caps.
Well, what's interesting to me is, again, it's all right now. I'm actually, this might be the first week in a long time where I don't even know if I have the Cappies in here.
Yeah.
Cappies
fair.
are 5-2-3 in their last 10. Like they
Yep.
went on a bit of a stumble. I will not call it a skid. To me, the Wild are 7-3 in their last 10, and Edmonton 7-2-1. Like
Actually, dude, Dallas was like 8-0.
oh yeah, dude, they're 8-1-1.
Yeah.
and they just got their win streak snapped.
Maybe there too.
I think it's Dallas.
You think Dallas is too?
Again, this is who I want in here. Do I have to put the hat on again?
No, we can't put them in the
They
top
can't be a
five.
top 5
It's-
team.
it's
No,
week
no,
to
no.
week, boys.
No, but but it's week. It is right now. You're right, but are they the top 5 best team in the league?
They might
right
be.
now. Yeah,
like
I don't think
they're
so.
hot. They're hot as
What
they've ever
about
been.
Columbus?
No.
What do you mean, dude?
They're also hot. They're also
Columbus.
really hot.
I think Columbus is 7-2-1 in their last 10.
But I still don't.
I
think
know
they're
it's
a
week
top
to
5
week,
team.
but still
You're telling me I'm too horny for those two
Yes.
teams.
a little bit too horny. Yeah,
Okay, well, let's lock in Dallas at 2.
Give me Vegas, Dallas. Can
I
we all
like
agree on
that.
I'll agree with that.
Vegas,
When
Dallas.
Dallas is playing good, they are definitely a top 5
Yeah.
team for sure.
Okay, Vegas, Dallas. I think we got to have Minnesota. I think we got to have Edmonton. I think we got to have the Kings in this conversation.
So you're
would
going
agree
no
with you there,
Caps,
too.
no Jets.
I'm officially going no Caps this week.
Fuck.
And I've been gassing them.
know.
They've been won many a time, but again, stumbled a little bit.
Vegas, Dallas.
Kings are in the middle of a tough road trip too right now.
I know.
Yep,
I know.
and they've got some great wins, huge wins. QB, OT winner.
Lose to Calgary though.
Yep.
Big one tonight.
Yep.
Big one.
Big one.
Yep.
Number 3, I think.
Yeah, like who was the 3rd best team in the league right now?
It's probably.
Probably
guys,
the
Edmonton.
Wild, right? You think Edmonton?
Well, Wild or Edmonton. I think Wild and Edmonton are 3-4.
Okay, so I think we put Edmonton 3,
Okay, and then the Wild.
Wild 4. Right?
Vegas, Edmonton. No, Vegas, Dallas, Edmonton, Wild.
And then here's the kicker.
Yeah. Now,
Do you do Caps or do you do Kings?
do we do Caps, Kings? Do we do Toronto? They've lost 2 in a row.
Or Jets.
We are sleeping on this. Jets 6-2-2, just coming off a good win. I mean, the Jets are good.
But Kings just beat him, I
was
think,
gonna say
too.
the
Yeah,
Kings
Kings just beat him, so I think I got to go Kings over them.
Do we do Detroit? Just
So
saying.
Caps or
No,
Kings?
no, Detroit.
Caps or Kings?
What do we agree on that one?
I think right now the Kings are looking a little bit better than the Caps. Right now,
Okay.
week to week.
Full Western Conference.
I would agree with that.
Wow.
Full Western Conference.
Top
yeah.
5 teams in the league, all in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it. Lock it in. Vegas, Dallas, Oilers, Wild, Kings.
Because, who else?
What's good with Tampa right now? Tampa's kind of been buzzing,
Yeah.
but they're 5-4-1 last 10.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm good with
Stick it.
Done.
Done.
All right.
All right. Now, quickly, our starting 6 before we get into a nice game
Yep.
that CP has for us. Starting 6.
I'll take it. We're going TK. I know he plays right wing, but he can play some left wing too. And because I have something else at right wing, I really wanted to show him some flowers. So we're putting him in as our starting left wing. He has 8 points in his last 5, including a 4-point night in the Flyers shit kicking of the Ducks. Hell of a season.
Oh my
so
God.
happy for him.
Unbelievable.
Best left wing in the league right now.
At center, stick taps to the first time starting 6 member, Jordan Staal, dude. Jordan Staal, 36 years old, 8 points in his last 5 games. Unbelievable. Love to see it. I think I saw somewhere that he is one of 2 players to have a hat trick at both 18 years old and 36 years old.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
That's a
Whoa.
really good stat.
Is it Sid?
No. It is, I got to look that up.
I actually fought Jordan Staal once
No shit.
when he was playing in Pittsburgh and I was on the Islanders.
How'd that go?
It went pretty well. But yeah.
What happened? Did you
I
ask
think
him?
it was. I can't remember how it started. It was a while. I just know that I did fight him once.
That's so
But
sick.
he's a big boy.
Dude, they're huge. Dude.
Huge.
It is 2 players all time who have done that. Jordan Staal and Jaromir Jagr.
Oh wow.
Very cool.
Very,
company.
very cool.
Very good company.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Right wing, your boy, Nikita Kucherov. 8 points in his last 5, 3 last night in the Bolts win over the Penguins, up to 62 points on the year, 3rd in the league. He's a mutant.
It's every year.
You know what's funny? I
It's
saw
literally every year. You look at the top 5 scoring, it's Nikita Kucherov. Every year.
I saw
For how long now?
It's insane, dude. It's like 10 years, it feels like. I saw something came out the other day that was like, halfway season heart race. Draisaitl not on it, Kucherov not on it. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what is this conversation? I do wonder if Kuch has just blatantly disrespected the league too many times for them to give him hardware ever again. Genuinely. Like him not getting MVP last year, people were like, Jesus Christ. And then it's just like, again, he's just doing it again, and no one's talking about him.
It's the fatigue a little bit, I think.
Feel. It's tough, too, because he's always has to be in the same breath as McKinnon and McDavid and Draisaitl.
And he's a little older, so that maybe it's not as fun.
And Kuch isn't like, when you watch him play, Kuch is not like he's more of an elusive guy that kind of like floats around a little bit, right? And the way he makes plays, but like those guys are a little bit more like, you watch McKinnon, you can see McKinnon out there right away.
Yeah.
Where maybe that's where the lackluster of attention he gets compared to those other guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think Kuch is too good for them to be like, oh, no, we're not going to give you your flowers because of what you did at the All-Star game last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's true. It's true.
If that's the case, that's bullshit.
That is great.
But I don't think.
But I do think they go like last year when it was him who had an iconic season or a guy who hadn't had it before in a Nate. They go, well, let's give it to the
because Kuch has had it. He
exactly.
had that 1 year where he
he almost has to do a half step above to get back.
He is incredible though.
Dude, it's wild.
Just to watch him on their power play too, sometimes it's like this guy he's playing chess, everyone else is playing checkers.
So wild.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Next up on D, we've got Lane Hutson. Kid's absolutely unbelievable. 6 points in his last 4 games, playing almost 26 minutes a night, up to 32 points in the year. He's leading all rookies, leading past Michkov and now past Celebrini. I think I kind of had Celebrini having Calder locked up, but Lane is making it not the case. This is now a race.
If he finishes with I asked him this the other day, if Lane Hutson finishes with the same amount of points as Celebrini or Michkov, do they give it to Lane, or does he literally have to get more points than them?
I think you have to give it to Lane.
I think so too, but I just don't know.
I know,
he's
but
a defenseman.
I
know the marketing factor of like you want Celebrini to be the rookie of the year, but like
I don't think you.
I think Macklin Celebrini would come out himself and be like, "Hey, how is he not the rookie of the year?"
Yeah, I just look at what Macklin is doing.
No,
his full game is
awesome.
so insane.
I tune in to watch the Sharks every time.
His 200-foot game, he feels like he's a part of every single point that they score. He's getting in the gritty areas. Lane's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but like I don't know that you have to. I do think it's like last year I was like I'd give it to Faber over Bedard. And a lot of people were like, no, not at all. Like it's not like that. It's very close, these two.
I think it's really close. I think it'll come down to the wire, I think.
100%.
All right, at right D, going Adam Fox. 5 points in his last 5, scored his second goal of the season in an OT win against the Devils. The Rags, like you said earlier, Dan, beat the Hawks, lost to Dallas in OT, but beat the Devils and beat Vegas. They're trying to come back. They're doing the best they can.
Yeah, unbelievable.
That game in Vegas they win is huge. That's a big
yes,
one.
huge.
That could be one of those that gets him going. You never know.
And truly, Adam Fox has like he has stepped up in a big way. Like that you said, that OT goal is amazing. Goalie, Chris wants to give it to Helly. I'm not doing it.
Wow.
He
202 goals against. Dan doesn't want to give it to him.
I'm not doing it. He is the best.
Because it's boring to give it to him again.
It's boring. It's boring.
That's exactly why.
It's
boring.
boring.
It's him all the time.
He is the best goalie in the league, and it's absolutely insane. But I'm giving it to Markstrom.
Okay.
Markstrom has been unbelievable this year. He's absolutely in the Vezina conversation. He's been such a perfect trade pickup for the Dallas Stars. He's second in the league in wins with 21. He's got a 9.11 save percentage and a 2.19 goals against. He's been a monster for them, and we haven't really given him some love, so here it is.
I'm okay with that because did you guys watch the game against the Seattle Kraken?
He was insane.
Dude. The saves that
he's making
made,
like highlight reel saves on the regular.
I was watching and I was like, what is going on with this guy? Like,
yeah.
So I'm totally good with that. After watching that game, I was like, this guy is on it right now. And
ridiculous.
The New Jersey Devils are scary good.
Scary.
Yeah.
I'm excited for them in the playoffs, dude.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's going to be a really fun team to watch. Like, awesome first round matchup.
All right, CP, close us out for this episode with our next game.
Okay, Tomer, in this game, I have picked a player in the league, and I'm going to give you both trivia tidbits about the same player. Everything I say will be about the same player. Okay. The first thing I give you is going to be really vague and hard, and it gets easier and easier and easier. So if you get it after my first one, you guys get 10 points. After the second one, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. But if you guess wrong, you lose the game.
We lose.
So we have to.
So you have to.
If we want to answer, we got to know.
If it's if on the 8-pointer, you're like, I think I know it. I'm like, by all means, guess. But then you guys are out if you're wrong, and then you can say, never mind, give me the 6-pointer.
Okay.
And we move down.
So we can just pass on that.
Just pass. You just keep collecting data.
Okay.
Because every new question is a new piece of data.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
For 10 points. This person was married last summer in Cabo San Lucas, and the event was covered by Brides magazine.
I think I know.
I definitely don't fucking know. I don't know that one.
I mean, I'm not confident enough, but I feel like I have a pretty good guess. So let's keep going.
Okay.
Okay, for 8 points.
Because that would be a tough one to lose on.
Yeah. It was funny. I wrote that, and I was
I'm really versed in Brides magazine.
If you gave me some ideas of who it is, then I can maybe confirm or remember. But I off the top of my head, I cannot think of who got married in Cabo last year.
I don't want to say it just yet.
I definitely don't know the bridesmaid thing.
It's the Brides magazine.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I know. Not that I'm a connoisseur in Brides magazine.
No,
because I feel like I heard this.
Yeah.
But let's keep going.
Okay, for 8 points. This person has 3 bronze medals, 1 silver medal, and 2 gold medals across 6 IIHF events, including like U17, but didn't play a single minute in either tournament where he won gold.
Ooh.
Has 3 bronze medals, 1 silver medal, and 2 gold medals across 6 IIHF events, but didn't play a single minute in either tournament where he won gold. Did this change?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think maybe he's a goalie.
I was just going to say it's got to be a goalie. Yeah, it has to be. That's a tough one, though.
Where did Soup get married? Cabo San Lucas? Really?
Yeah, it was Cabo, wasn't it?
You were at that wedding, dude.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck? I thought you were at that wedding.
I didn't get the invite for that one.
Was that Cabo?
Yes, because I remember.
AI was surfing.
Yes.
And he got married this summer.
It's got to be.
Do we go to 6 to make sure?
I think so.
Okay,
we're going to 6. For 6 points. He has never been a finalist for a major NHL award, despite being widely considered one of the best players at his position.
I feel bad, but I feel like it's not Soup now. But it's definitely a goalie. I don't think Soup is widely considered one of the best players at his position.
No, it's not Soup.
Yeah, but it's a goalie.
It's a goalie.
Well,
who else got fucking married last summer?
it's not McAvoy because he didn't get married last summer, I don't think. And he definitely played in the gold medal juniors game.
Good memory, Dan. And this person played 0 minutes in the 2 gold medal tournaments.
I feel like he definitely played. Fuck. Maybe it's not goalie because I could see it being a really good defenseman. Like McAvoy's a great example of that, right? Like he's never been a Norris finalist. I hate that we're going to 4. We have to go to 4.
Theodore, like a defenseman, like that's one. I'm thinking of.
That's a great one.
Didn't he just?
What's tough is the gold medal 0 minutes thing is helping me in 0 ways.
Yeah, no, that doesn't help either. Yeah,
I think we got to go to 4.
Yeah,
go to 4.
This is really hard.
Okay, for 4 points. He spent 3 years in college hockey. During his sophomore year in 2018, he won the William Flynn Award for the Hockey East Tournament MVP as he led Boston University to the Hockey East title.
McAvoy did not play 3 years.
Those BU guys.
And you guys are all over it because your logics have all the logic things you have said have been so spot on. I thought you were going to get it.
BU.
Otter.
Yes.
I think it's Otter.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Goalie.
Also, Chris fucking loves Otter.
Yeah. There you go. Well, then there it is.
Final answer, Jake Ottinger.
Yeah, Jake Ottinger. There it is. As soon as you said that, it's like that there was a
Just gave it to us.
giveaway. Just gave it to us.
Final answer, Jake Ottinger.
For 2 points in Game 7 against the Calgary Flames, he made 64 saves in overtime loss, the second most in playoff history. And for 1 point, he was drafted 26 overall by the Stars during their epic 2017 draft and made his NHL debut in relief of Anton Khudobin.
Yeah.
Since then, he's been a dominant force between the pipes.
Is he your brother?
Dude,
When you guys go,
it's a goalie.
yeah, I go 3 gold, 3 bronze, 1 silver, 2 gold. Didn't play a minute. You both go goalie. I was like, oh fuck.
No, I instantly. I mean,
Yeah, it was a night
didn't
job.
play in each
I think it's funny that I was like, maybe Charlie.
Dude, I was
and it was
like-
like another BU guy.
Well, the funny is you brought up Soupy too, and you're like, you were at that fucking wedding.
That was
like,
hilarious.
I wasn't.
wasn't there. That would have been so funny if it was. Oh my
Insane.
god, Jake Ottinger, great stuff. CP, wow,
Really
Hey,
good.
good
Really
stuff.
good job.
Good job. I
4
mean, I don't know
points.
how much I really helped, but
No, we got
the
that.
goalie
We got there
immediately.
together.
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
We got there together. All right, that is it for us at the Empty Netters podcast for this episode. Beautiful stuff from all the boys. Tomer, thank you for joining
Thanks
us.
for having me
It's good
again,
to
guys.
finally ring in 2025.
We'll get back into rhythm now that we're on.
Yes, we will. And everyone keep buzzing. Keep those sticks on the ice until we see you next time.
Skate hard.